Hello, friends. Welcome to the Little Black Couch. Still misplaced after 9 days. I lost the page. Facebook has chosen not to give it back to me yet. And so here we are on my personal page to do another live because, frankly, I've got no other place to do it. So, yeah. I'll push it over on Instagram again, and we'll just see how it goes. So let's fire this baby up. And we're back. Thanks for joining me today. I'm sure nobody's going to find me. I don't really have anybody that follows me over here on my personal page. So yeah, I'm just speaking to actually a blue light. It's a blue light on the webcam that I've set up, not the green light here on the computer, which I could change like, let's see, this? Yeah, see? That's the green light. That's the blue light. So, yeah, actually, which one? That is a little dark, isn't it? Okay. Anyway, so good to be with you here today. It's been an interesting day for sure, and I definitely wanted to talk about a couple things that came up for sure. I started out this morning super pumped and going really well. I knew that my daughter was going to come in and spend some time with me today, so I really focused on getting a lot done. So, if we wanted to chat and hang out, we could do that, and it would be, fun to do that. And so I worked really well. Just cruised along this morning. I had kind of a weird, my car had a recall on the airbags, so I did have to run. I can't stand stuff like that during the day. I knew it was coming. It was like the dentist yesterday. I really have a hard time when my day's interrupted. I like to just kind of move through it and stay in here and get things done. And so I do fight that. That's a tough thing. So anyway, I started going there, and they bring you back. They shuttle you, drop your car off, and they shuttle you back, and you always get to ride in the new fancy, wonderful cars that they are trying to entreat you to purchase from them. And I was not going to do such things. And then I don't get the whole bait and switch either. I think that these new car dealerships almost come up with reasons to do these recalls. I know it sounds like it's really poor, but every single time your car goes in for a recall, they'll fix whatever it is, or at least they say they're going to fix whatever it is. But then you usually get a call from the service person, right? And they tell you, oh yeah, we got this thing fixed for free, but by the way, here's like 18 other things that you need to fix, and we'd like to do that for you for $8,700 or whatever they come up with. Mine today was $2,400 to fix some brushing, something or other. They felt like my tires need to be replaced. I don't know. I just told them no and picked it up and came back here. Had them come pick me up, and then came back here and went back to work. But as I was driving back and talking to the shuttle driver, we were just talking about life, and I was amazed with this young man's gratitude for having a job, for the beautiful day. I mean, he's just a cool kid. And I thought, well, how cool is that? And I started thinking about gratitude. I started thinking about some of the things that my family has talked about lately. Gratitude is such an important part of life, and there's definitely been times in my life when I have not been as grateful as I should be. And oddly enough, those times are when I really have more to be grateful for than any other time. And I don't know what it is about us as human beings where when things are going really well, we tend to forget to be grateful. And when things are going, poorly, and we don't have maybe as much going on in a secular sense as we had going on, we tend to forget all the good stuff we had, and we think, man, I should have really been more grateful for all that really great stuff that was going on at the time. And so I think it's a cycle, and we kind of go back and forth. But at this particular time, I was listening to this young man, and I've got so much to be grateful for. I've got a lot of good things really going on in my life right now. First and foremost, I've got a wife that just absolutely loves me, and I adore her. And that's where it starts for me on this big blue rock, you know. To have a person that's your cheerleader and your friend, and then to have 3 wonderful kids, to have parents that care and love about me, to have siblings that I just had my sister in here and we chatted for a bit, and she's so awesome. And I'm just completely, you know, blown away by all the good things that I had. And so when I got back in here to work, I realized, based on some discussions with my kids and things, that I had probably not done as good a job or been nearly as responsible as I should have been about reaching out and publicly thanking some people that have been so instrumental in my life. And so I took essentially the rest of the day. I did a lot of really cool things. And then when I got back from, you know, the car dealership, it was this kid who drove me back, you know, to get my car, and just the drive back, thinking about it and thinking about what's going on. I thought, you know what? Forget the rest of the day. I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to express some feelings of gratitude and get it out. It's been too long, really. And yeah, so I did that. It took me a couple hours, actually. I did a big long post on a group that I'm a part of, and it was really cool. And so I want to bring in our little friend, Buddy, the little black couch, for a second, because boom, there it is. And it turns out, you know, when you use your emojis on a Mac, the more you use them, it kind of goes into this timed area where the ones that you use most frequently are available. And I started thinking, you know what? I had to go look for those emojis. I had to go back down into the library and look for those emojis. And I started to think, you know what? When it gets to a point when when the little angel head, because I always kind of use that to say thank you to folks, and also the little thank you prayer hands, I think are awesome too. And I use those to say thank you to folks, like you're an angel or thank you very much, right? And when I have to go find those down in my emoji library, it's been too long for me. I haven't said thank you enough. And so I'm going to start paying attention to that. And when those things are about ready to disappear, right? Because as you don't use them, they kind of move down and then they disappear and go back down into the millions of emojis down on the other side. And I've got one of these little boards on my keyboard where you have to sort down through to find the dang things. That I'm just going to use them. I'm going to take some time to make sure that I'm grateful. Now, what did that do for me? I got to say, I took some time to write this big post. I literally went back through all the messages in that group. I went back through some emails. I went back through some trainings and comments. And I just tried to find everybody that had touched me and had reached out and helped me and commented or was a participant in a live or whatever. And I just wrote a great big thank you to all of them. And then sent out some emails to some other folks, and just made sure that that I got some gratitude out of me, because life is better when you're grateful. It doesn't matter how hard your life is and the tough road that you're and the hill you're attempting to climb. When you're grateful and take time to look around and be grateful for those things, it makes being an entrepreneur so much easier. Now, I know this goes back into this whole concept, and I've been hanging out here a lot, that we need to get much better at noticing when we take effort, when we make an effort, when we're trying to do something. That should be reason enough to celebrate, not just when we accomplish something. And to take time to send out items of gratitude to individuals, I started to think at the other side of those individuals that received my gratitude and me saying thank you to them really were being rewarded for their effort. I don't know if I'm a part of anybody's goal, and if being nice to me and helpful to me and kind to me is part of anybody's grand scheme goal in their life, I would suggest probably not. But they made an effort, and that effort has to be rewarded. And one way to help us get all of that done is to make sure that we take time to express our gratitude to others that are helping us. For me, it feels great. I am so grateful that I took the time and blew off essentially work for a couple hours to make sure that the people that have been supporting me knew that I noticed and I was grateful. And it feels good. I will hit the ground. I'll work the rest of the day, obviously, but I'll hit the ground tomorrow feeling like I have renewed energy. I know that for a fact that when you express gratitude, you get more energy back than you give. So it's oddly selfish. But I also know that this idea of being mindful of your effort, that becomes easier. Like if all of us took time to express our gratitude for somebody else's effort, I do believe that would go a long way into helping others notice when they do make an effort. And if nobody's going to thank us for our effort, we need to make sure that we're thanking ourselves and noticing and celebrating the effort that we took. So I hope that somehow or another in this little thing that I took on today, I'm so thankful I did it. I'm so grateful for everybody that was a part of my life to this point. I'm grateful to the individuals that I ran in today that made me think about it, for comments made from my children, for the, I am so amazed. The other night we were out together as a family and we were celebrating my wife's birthday, who, again, turned 29, for, I don't know how many years it is now, the 20th year in a row. No, that's not right. That would make her 40. That's not good. So anyway, so she turned 29 for we've been married for the 15th year in a row. Okay. And which is exciting. Not many people get to turn 29 15 times in a row. But anyway, it was her birthday, and we've got to go out with her family. And I sat there next to my beautiful wife, and then I had my son here and my daughter around the other side of the table across from me. And you've got a server that comes around and helps you. And we are big on, my wife is awesome about this, and I have become very awesome about this, of making sure that you express your gratitude. Saying thank you is a big part of it. And I couldn't have been more proud as a father at listening to my two children say thank you for every last little thing. And it didn't matter what it was. A bowl of chips, thank you. Drink, thank you. Refill, thank you. Water refill, thank you. We peppered this server with thank yous, and I did the same thing, and so did my wife. And I love it. I think some of our servers are completely annoyed with us because we say thank you for every little thing, and yet I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just so important to be grateful to these individuals. And we went to a steak dinner on the 4th together, just my wife and our daughter, the three of us. My son was out partying with his buddies, and I was again taken aback by how often we said thank you. Every last little thing that hit, poor little girl was there with a tray and handing out food, and every single one of us thank you every single time, and she had to say you're welcome, and I thought it was great. It was a lot of fun. So take the time to. I need to do a better job, but as an entrepreneur, we've got to keep motivated. We got to keep we got to keep moving forward to solve the world's problems. And one of the greatest way to get energy and passion back into what you're doing is taking time to remember the people that are supporting you there and that have supported you in the past. And sometimes taking a few moments to go through your email inbox, to go through some of the messages that you've received, text messages and Facebook messages, wherever it is, and just get a glimpse at how many people have taken time to support you and help you and comfort you and encourage you and all that stuff, and take a moment to shoot them off a quick little something to say your thank you. The motivation to say you're thankful. The motivation, the energy that comes from reaching out that way is palatable. You'll feel it, and it will energize you for the next day. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a great day because I took time to make sure that those individuals that are so awesome in my life, that I let them know that I know they're awesome, and I really appreciated the stuff that they're doing for me. And tomorrow will be a good day because of it. So anyway, I want you to all know that you are unbelievably awesome as well. Entrepreneurship is no easy task. It takes great dedication, great motivation. It takes organization. It takes, just a stick-to-itness that isn't easy to come by. And I have been so impressed by so many of you that have taken on this journey and are making it and doing really well with it. It's super impressive. And so I want you to know from the bottom of my heart and from Monica and Nick, you know what's coming.
We just want you to know.
As a mate,
You're amazing.
you're the bomb.com, bro. Thank you so much.
That
You're the bomb.com. And I really believe it in, I don't know, is Nick Australian or is he from New Zealand? I need to ask that. I think he's from New Zealand, actually. So very cool stuff. So I hope that you have an incredible day and that you take time to be grateful. Just a few moments. It will change your life. Thanks. Till next time, Aaron Stewart from the Little Black Couch, my buddy who has been with me for the last 20 years. Very grateful for you. And until next time,